Welcome to User-Friendly Nation. This is Northern Seattle, and you have fruit. Hello, and welcome to User-Friendly Nation, the tech show where two guys sit on a couch and talk to you about our favorite technology. Welcome to the show.
And I have two laptops.
I have two laptops. Hey, dude, you need a PC, though.
Oh, I thought I was...
You're obviously the Alex Albrecht of this operation. That's actually perfect. You don't even need any product.
Oh, I put some product in.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My name is Zerafon Elijah. This is Roberto Hoyos.
Hey.
I'm the founder of MyTees.com, writer for Cultamac.com, and you, what do you do?
I have a pillow company called Throwboy. We make geeky throw pillows. So...
Hey, let me just bring up the fact that why we did that strange opening. So some dude just left us this irate comment that he just thought we were trying to be Dignation.
Uh-huh.
And that hurt our feelings because we are trying to be Dignation. And he called us out. He called us out in a public forum.
And nobody else saw that.
And nobody else saw it, and it really hurt our feelings.
Yeah, we were so confident that everyone would think two guys sitting on a couch was the most original thing ever. And we were hurt that he called us out.
Yeah, well, like we talked about, it's kind of hard to sit on a couch and talk about anything.
Yeah.
Especially if you're, God forbid, if you're drinking something.
Yeah.
And not be compared to Dignation. It's like they kind of, I mean...
They got in so early with that.
They really did.
And they were like pioneers with video podcasts, you know?
Yeah, but they were not the first, nor will they be the last, obviously, to sit on a couch and talk about different topics.
Yeah.
But we're honored, sir. We're not trying to be like Dignation, but it is a flattering comparison.
And you still have flies in your house.
And I do have flies in my house, and we're not even in Southern California, but I do have fruit.
So, yeah, I put this on, and then I was like, yeah, we should just full on rock it today.
Although we've talked about this before. If we ever got as popular as Dignation, we're gonna crowd surf at South by Southwest. We gotta get Leo Laporte.
We already have the blueprint for everything.
it's like the exact same thing as Dignation, except you just replace Kevin and Alex with us.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be there. It's gonna be Brian Brushwood, Veronica Belmont will be there. It's gonna be a big, and we're gonna change the name of the show to User Friendly Nation.
Turn off your phone, you irresponsible podcaster.
Sorry, somebody's blowing me up.
All right.
So, dude, what's new? How are you?
I'm good.
Excellent.
Sunny here finally in
it's been really nice in Seattle.
I don't know, just working on a lot of stuff, trying to be hustling and all that
Hustle.
stuff.
Hey,
how are you?
I'm good. I just want to say Roberto got an Xbox.
Yeah.
We're gonna be talking about that next show because we got something in the works for that, so that we can talk about some more stuff. But I just want to say welcome to the club.
Oh, thank you.
Clink, 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 clink.
Thank you.
And
I feel like I was missing out.
I think you were.
Because when they invited me to this party thing and I didn't know what it was.
This is just like the other day.
And I was like, oh, okay, click. And then like I could hear them talking, but I couldn't talk back.
So like nerds, we all have our headsets on, and so yeah, when you invite people to a party on Xbox Live, you don't even have to be playing the same game. You can have conversations with each other.
Again, everyone knows this but me.
And so we invite Roberto to a party, knowing that he probably doesn't have a headset, but knowing that
playing dumb like he doesn't have it.
And as soon as he accepts our invitation, he can hear us.
Yeah, through my speakers,
through his TV speakers, but we can't hear him.
No, I have like external speakers, so you're extra loud, like coming through. I'm like, great. But it was fun though, because I was like, yeah, no wonder you guys have started to become friends, because you guys are like talking on there.
Like girls, we talk every night.
And
no offense to girls.
No, it's actually better than like a lot of things. Like I talk to certain people on IM a lot, but that was more fun because you're not really like focused in on just that. You know?
Yeah, totally. Like especially if you're not even playing the same games. But I was going to the thing I said I was going to bring up before the show to you. I was going to give you a headset, but you already bought one, so I don't really need to do that now.
I could cancel it, but I think it's shipped already.
Oh, did it?
But it was like $8.
Yeah, they're super cheap. But I was gonna I have an extra one,
Well, I said that to you. I texted it. I was like, you should give me your other one. But then I was like,
well, I was thinking about
probably
using
take no time. So
and the thing about the freaking Xbox Live headsets, I mean, they just they used to be really cool because they plugged right into the controller, and there's a little control module right where your thumbs could reach it. And they changed it, and the new ones are really way crappier, and all the controls are on the wire up here.
Oh, I
so
hope I don't have that one.
I hope you don't either, because if you want to mute it, you have to take your hand off the controller and mute it and do all your volume stuff here. Whereas for me, I'm like, I just move my thumb and I can mute it in half a second without taking my thumbs off the sticks.
That's nice.
So in any case, welcome.
Thanks.
We'll talk more about that next week.
We will.
And you wanted to talk about, we got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about today, but you wanted to start with Yard Sale.
Yeah.
Which is an app I heard about through David Prager. Keep our indignation thing going. On Leo Laporte's
right,
show.
Prager?
Hey, that's right. Hippie Glenn, you toke that bong. They were in the back doing Toasted Donut, the best show on the internet.
What is that show about?
I'm not sure.
They still don't know.
I'm not sure they know what it's about.
But they got a lot of subscribers.
Dude, yeah, because they just had the audience just sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
The indignation audience, and like, let's just give them another high quality show. I know they didn't ask for it, but let's just go ahead and inject our show into this
as long as
channel.
It's shot on DSLR cameras.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Primo. Okay, but anyway, I have an app to talk about. I had heard about this app. It's called Yard Sale, and it's for the iPhone. And basically what it does is it allows you to easily, their whole tagline is to like quickly be able to post to Craigslist, to be able to sell some stuff, to be able to sell stuff, I should say. And so yesterday I got a shipment of packages that came on wood pallets. Dude, I know. I'm like... and...
blown up.
And I unloaded the pallets and everything, and then I was like, crap, I have these stupid pallets. I don't want these. I don't know what to do with them. And I'm like, maybe I could, I'm here only with my phone. Let's see if this yard sale thing actually works. Let's see if I can actually sell these things. Because a couple days before, I think I saw Kevin Rose post something like, I think it was an old computer on it.
So Yard Sale is it in beta? Is it like anyone can use it now?
Yeah, anyone can use it.
Because it was in closed beta, wasn't it?
I think maybe. But anyway, so besides just talking about it, let me show you it. Can you film it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, let me turn this bad boy on. How the hell do I turn it on? Oh.
So, let me know.
Hold on, it says standby.
Press record.
There we go.
Okay, so here's the app, and it's basically really simple. It shows you, it uses your GPS coordinates to kind of find out what area you're selling in. Basically, Craigslist, it's supposed to log it where your areas are. I think people are just kind of figuring out what to do with it because there's a lot of stuff like this, like, oh, I'm selling my pillow for $5. And
they didn't say what kind of pillow it is. How stupid.
Well, I think that you go into it and then it tells you more. But I think a lot of like techie people are just adopting it to try it, Sure. And they're like, oh, here's my glass of smoothie. Click and see if who's doing it, right? So it's sort of small in that way. But the thing that's really cool is that it cross posts up to Craigslist, which is nice because I don't know. I use Craigslist to get rid of stuff a lot, but
me too.
Although I do find it to be sort of a hassle compared to like eBay because I hate coordinating with people. I'm like, oh, call me. Okay, hey, where are you? Oh, can you meet at this time? Can you meet at this time?
I just always include my phone number and just tell them to text me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's annoying. But anyway, so I used this the other day. Here's another one. Like, here's a mountain bike. So it's really simple, pretty clean UI. It tells you, what it is. I don't really understand some of these things, like liking it. I guess you could like it.
You gotta have a social aspect to it, dude.
Oh.
That makes no sense. unless it's like a way to like follow it.
Follow your
so like if you're trying to like follow something, but it's like dude, I love the things this person sells. I want to follow all their listings. Yeah. It's like what?
When you first sign up, so you can tweet or you can Facebook,
course, yeah.
All this stuff. I'm gonna text this to you because you need a new bike. When you first sign up, you can sign up with Facebook, which I did. I actually was thinking of not doing it because I was like, what do I have on Facebook? I don't want that to get pulled into this app, But then I just did it because I was lazy. And anyway, so let's say we want to sell something. So this is the closest stuff to us, though. I forgot to say this.
Which is arguably the kind of killer feature of this app, right? Is that it will show things that are for sale around you, near you.
Yeah, which is that's the cool thing. But the ease of use, I thought it was pretty awesome. So let's try to post. Let's do selling here. So this is the wood pallets that I posted the other day because I don't need these, and I was just posting it as free, so it's really easy. But let's say we want to sell something. Let's say we want to sell your controller.
Don't sell my controller, dude.
So take a picture. So it adds a picture.
Wow, you can keep taking more pictures, huh?
Because you can do 4 on Craigslist, so they just do the same rules. Way better UI, obviously. Next, ask you to put in a description.
Oh, great. Go ahead and type out your description on your phone.
Xbox.
Although it's amazing how many people actually are willing to do that. I hate typing stuff on my phone.
Xbox controller. Pretty straightforward. Let's say, how much would you sell this for?
$100.
Okay.
Can we games of Modern Warfare 3 of one with that controller?
You getting this?
Not getting
still?
it for less. Yeah, your hand's blocking it though.
And there, posting to Craigslist.
Cool.
And you can click to use your Craigslist account, or it just makes up an account.
That's very cool. That's very cool.
Cool, right?
Yeah, it is
very
cool.
How fast was that, right?
And that's actually a really smart tie into this app, because the thing everybody hates about Craigslist, if they hate something about Craigslist, is the UI and posting to Craigslist. Like Craigslist, for some strange reason,
and it says, "Oh, it's on Craigslist," and it sends you an email.
Oh, dude, heart it.
Oh yeah. No
one likes it. That's really cool.
And then I just dinged my phone twice because it's confirming it, with the Craigslist. So that's it. I mean, that's basically the whole app.
And I'm sure Kevin Rose is an investor. David Prager is an investor.
So, and you can search too. I haven't really searched anything. Let's say I'm searching Xbox. Let's see what we find. Oh, see, look. Controller.
Nice. There's some stuff on there.
Games, game lots, headset.
Now, does this bring up stuff only listed with Yard Sale, or does it bring up stuff listed with Craigslist too?
I'm guessing Yard Sale at this point.
Okay. Because it would bring up way more than
this is like
that.
nothing, right?
Right.
So anyway, I used it, and like I said, or like we just saw, I was like, wow, that was really fast. That was so painless. It even created an account for me if I don't want to make a Craigslist account.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And it associates it with your email, so you get the email from the buyers or from the prospective buyers. So it's really simple. Although I got like 4 or 5 emails yesterday for those pallets, but for some reason it listed it in Kitsap County.
You mean Kitsap?
Kitsap County.
Really?
Yeah.
So it got your GPS wrong.
Yeah. So that's the thing that I was.
That's funny, because if anyone would want the pallets, they'd be in Kitsap County.
And
it's like way out in the boonies.
Yeah,
pallets?
Yeah,
I love pallets.
And that's like 100 miles away or something, right?
It's pretty far away.
You have to take the ferry to get there.
Yeah, it's a really long drive.
So that was one thing I was like, dude, like your whole thing was localization, and you can't even get the localization right on my stupid thing. And it was weird because it says like city, and it said Greenwood, which is right around where I live, but the actual listing for it was Kitsap. And I was like, dang it, like. Up to that point, you guys.
I'm sure they'll get that tweaked out or worked out eventually.
Yeah, probably.
But I use I'm really anal about my Craigslist listings. I take like nice photos. I host them on my own server. So that they can be nice and big.
Yeah.
This is gonna do for eBay what the eBay mobile app did for eBay. This is gonna do for Craigslist.
Like
what the eBay mobile app did for eBay. Yeah, it makes everything look like crap.
Yeah.
And since people are typing on their phone, they write one sentence and they put some crappy cell phone picture on it, and you're supposed to be excited about this and call them and buy it. Like my stuff, I have like 2 really good images. Right, I write a bunch of stuff so they know what they're buying. And I just feel like that's the kind of stuff I like to buy. But.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, because when I do eBay, it makes me have an elevated standard of what I have to post, because it's just like okay, you have to post one from every angle that's important, like show all the contents in the box, I'm like that too for Craigslist, I should say, but But yeah, this is exactly what it's gonna do. Like, if it's supposed to be just mobile, everything's gonna be like on their coffee table next to their soda, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a big black dildo sitting there like that real estate photo, remember? Which I think we actually saw in Dignation.
Oh yeah.
Remember they took that real estate photo and there's like giant black dildo sitting there? It's like, whoops.
Was that on the mantle or something?
I think it was in the bathroom actually or something.
So anyway,
that's cool. It's a good idea for sure.
I like it for like the quick and dirty factor. Like I said, I was out at a storage unit with pallets, and I was like, I have nowhere to put these. Click, click, click. Okay, now at least now somebody can come get them. You know. Mm-hmm. What I should have done is put them out by the garbage and said, "Free, get them." You know.
That's exactly.
I should have done that when I left.
Love free stuff.
When I left, I was like, "Damn it! Why didn't I not do that?" You know. So anyway.
Interesting. I've been I'm gonna try this out. I've been selling a lot of stuff on Craigslist lately because we have a whole basement full of stuff, and I'm just like, man, I gotta get rid of some of this stuff. It's all just like money that I'm not gonna use, that I'm not gonna get access to until I sell all this crap. So I've been selling helmets and lenses and all sorts of stuff that was just sitting in my basement, and I've probably made $1,000. And it sucks, listing stuff always takes time, and I never actually want to do it. And you're right. People are like, hey, I always hate the freaking emails you get where you're like, this is $100 or whatever. And then you're like, don't even bother emailing me. Don't lowball me because I'm not even going to reply.
Yeah.
And you get some Asian guy, no offense, Asian guys, and their name's like Hong Kwang or something Asian, and that's how I know they're Asian. And like they send you an email that is just like a price. That's it.
Oh really?
It's a super lowball price. You're like I want 100, and it says like $10, and you're like, what is it with Asian guys? Maybe it's because I'm selling lenses, and that's where I get the most of the Asian guy emails. Because I don't get them as much on like the regular stuff or just like everyday household stuff.
Freaking, if we're gonna talk about like cheap races, Persians are like that too.
What do you want from me?
You don't relate to your Persian ancestry?
I like a deal.
For that?
I like a deal. I'm like, you want 1,000? I'll give you $10. Very fair price.
That's not even how they talk.
Very fair price.
Yeah. And you think about it and you're like, wow, that is a fair price.
That is a fair price. Here you go. When I'm listing stuff, I always check like Craigslist and eBay and like, it's just so funny. I mean, maybe some people are desperate and they really need to sell something. Right. But for me, I'm like, I'm not desperate. Like, I know what this is worth. Right. I didn't just slap a price on it. And like, won't waste my time. If I say I'm firm on a price, don't lowball me. It's like, it even says that in the Craigslist ad.
It's surprising that like, as much as they say like, no, don't reply to spam, I wonder how much those spammers actually get people, like, they hook people. Because like, you get all the time like, hey sir, I'm from...
Good day to you, my sir friend.
Yeah.
my name is Joffrey.
Yeah, and I would pay you triple now.
Plus shipping. Yeah. my son is a priest in camp, Nigeria.
And I just need a Western Union to you.
All the time. Especially this and the more I think about it, the more I think it has to do with the fact that I'm selling a lot of camera equipment that I don't use anymore. Yeah. And camera equipment attracts a very particular type of audience. And yeah, I get a lot of emails from Nigerian princes too. And they all try to woo me. But their stories are all exactly the same.
Yeah, they're like copy paste.
They're copy paste. They change a couple things and it's always like, sometimes they will actually email you and be like, is this item still available, just to get you to reply? Yeah. And then you're like, yes. And then the story comes. Hello, my friend, my friend man. Yeah. It's like choppy, broken English, and it's always the same thing. They want to pay you way more than it's worth. Yep. Who falls for that crap?
Yeah, even people that are like, will you take PayPal? It's like, no, dude. Like, yeah, that's why we're on.
And they send you some wacky like PayPal email that they've constructed themselves, and you're like, oh wow. Sometimes I leave these guys on, and I'm like, I don't see the money in my account. Is there a problem? And they try to threaten you. They're like, well, I have sent you money. I will contact the police if you don't ship my item.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Ridiculous.
See, that's the hassle with it. Like even apps like this aren't gonna take care of that hassle. Like it's just, oh god.
It's part of the fun.
The thing that I always do is like I'll be like, oh, I want to post something. Like, I'm trying to get rid of my old car, and it shouldn't be that hard. But the bad thing is that it's just coordinating time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you're just like, Okay, before I forget, just because it popped into my head, let me post this real quick. Let me repost this on Craigslist. And then you get a bunch of emails like, call me. And then you're like, shit, but today I have to do this. Tomorrow I have to do this. Mm-hmm. Friday I might be available. Let me see if I can call them on Friday.
Oh, right.
And then they're like, not around.
Yeah, if you don't get that bite right away.
Yeah.
You should just post it with yard sale and just put car. Just take a picture. Take a picture of the back.
Yeah.
And then just post car, and then in the description write for sale.
Yeah.
and then just call it good because it's on Craigslist now. What else? It's like, what more do you need? It's a picture. You know what color it is. It's a car.
Yeah, it's very Web 2.0.
Just come get it.
And
gosh.
it's very clean, very simple.
Yeah, right.
Very modern. So it's gonna be, it's gonna have a very big IPO at the end of the day.
Well, hey, moving from one app to another.
Yes.
You want to talk about Tweetbot for Mac, which is a Twitter client, right?
Kind of don't.
Yeah, me too. And actually, when you brought it up, I was like unfamiliar. I was like, oh, what is Tweetbot? But then I remembered I actually installed Tweetbot and used it as my main Twitter client probably, I don't know, 6 months ago or something, maybe longer. And stopped using it, even though it gets a ton of hype, which is how you heard about the fact that it was being updated or something.
So it was actually kind of weird because like I have used Echo Phone on my iPhone forever.
Me too.
And I really liked it. And then they stripped out features here and there, and in basically just like 2 or 3 days ago, I was like, oh, let me try Tweetbot because I remember I bought it a long time ago, and I'm like, well, I can just click install.
Right.
So I put it back on my phone, took off Echo Phone, which I was using with another app called Boxcar, which was like before notifications.
No, I cannot. Every time I saw that app on your phone, I was like, why do you still use this?
Yeah, it was like, because we used to have to hack that, like, because there was no real notifications on the iPhone, so it was just like legacy crap. And I'm like, well, Echo Phone's legacy is shit, so let me take that off and see if I like a new modern day iPhone app. And I don't know, Tweetbot's okay. I'm not like too thrilled with it, but yeah, then I was talking about it with a friend of mine, and she was like, "Oh, I guess they've been hinting at a desktop version." And this morning, I wake up and everybody's tweeting about it. So
we got Tweetbot for Mac now.
Yeah, do you wanna tape it?
Sure.
So
your screen's kind of dull. Can you turn up the brightness on that?
Could you pass me your power?
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, this was released today. Today is the 11th. July 11th today.
Yeah.
7-Eleven day if you want to go get a Slurpee.
Oh, gonna do that.
So anyway,
can you turn it more towards me a little bit?
Yeah. Tell me
there you
if you can
That's
see
perfect.
it. Got it? Okay. Yeah. So here's Tweetbot for Mac.
Looks very Tweetbot-y.
It looks like Twitter to me. I use Twitter because it's like the one doesn't suck the most. Because I used to like Tweety, and I remember we used to talk about it. And you're like, how come you're not using Echo Phone or whatever? But yeah, I mean, it's very simple. Like, instead of the thing being down here, it's up here for writing a tweet. It asks for your location, which I usually don't do.
Me either.
It does have a pretty good amount of customization. And so when I was going into preferences, which is usually what I do when I open up a new Twitter app, to add my accounts. So I add Throwboy, me, and user-friendly. You can add different URL shorteners. I usually use Bitly. I still like TwitBic for some reason.
Actually, I do too.
I used to like Flickr a lot, which worked on Echo Phone, and then they stripped that out. But anyway, so yeah, it has some pretty good customization. I'm not too crazy about the UI because on the Twitter app, which a lot of people use, I'll bring that up. The Twitter app, I have all of my different accounts right here, so I can easily at a glance see.
Yeah, I like that too.
So at a glance, I can see, oh, I have a reply there, and I have new tweets there, and I have a reply there, right?
Right.
And I always do that. I switch to them all the time, right? And just one click, switch. On the Tweetbot app, I have to click once.
Echo Phone's the same way.
Pull it down, click again.
Right.
Load them in, and I'm like, why? Like, why do you need all that accessible right there? I mean, this does it, but it does it in a better way. I feel like they're trying to like reach to be different, because like Twitter is based off Tweety, That came out in like what 2008 or
Yeah,
something.
and I like
that.
Tweety a lot too.
And Tweety was like a big deal. People were like, "Oh my god, we've never seen such a nice looking Twitter client before," because before that was like whatchamacallit, TweetDeck. Everybody liked TweetDeck a lot, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to mess with it. I don't think that I like it that much, to be honest. Especially this feature, I really don't like because. How am I supposed to know if I'm getting new tweets on Throwboy?
I feel the same way about Echophone.
And
does that same thing.
So, having to click that to be able to reveal all this that gives you no information here either is kind of dumb. It's still not telling me do I have new tweets or anything. It doesn't even have an icon, one of these Manulet icons to tell me if I have anything new there either. So, so yeah, I'm still like I don't think I'm gonna use it, to be honest.
It's free, right?
It's free. I'm getting sort of like Twitter client fatigue. I'm like, if it works, I'm done. I don't need to keep looking around for new
I'm
ones,
kind of at the same point. I mean, well, I use Echophone, and the reason I've always used Echophone is a reason that actually might be going away soon. Is because it was built in really well with notifications. So if you used Growl, you could use Echophone, and it would tell you when you got a retweet, when somebody replied to you, when you had new tweets or whatever. And there's a lot of stuff that you could just see without actually going into the client itself.
Yeah.
And another big thing is it kept the old style retweet. So instead of putting it in quotes and then, having your thing come before or after, I don't know how they're doing it now.
Yeah.
It just put your comment and then retweet and then the person's name and their tweet.
Yeah. I almost forgot all about that because I used to like that a lot. That was my main thing that I liked.
Oh, do you not retweet that way anymore? Or
because it just takes longer, like I'll often just press the stupid retweet button, which I don't really like because it puts somebody else's avatar in your tweet stream and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't really like that, especially like I don't know, I just feel like it's kind of not as cool. It looks better almost like if you're like endorsing it, like, oh, Throwboy likes this tweet.
Yeah, I agree. I like the old style much better, and especially if you're gonna be adding a comment, I hate when they put the tweet in quotations.
Yeah.
Which is why I stopped using Tweetbot for
Twitter. You mean?
I'm sorry, no. I never really used the Twitter app. I stopped using Tweetbot for iPhone.
Oh,
for
they
that
do
same
it there
reason.
too? Oh, okay.
Because it did that same thing. It put everything in quotes, and I'm like, I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
Like, I want to have it do retweet stuff. So I just stuck with Echophone. But now with Mountain Lion coming out with the new notification center that's going to be built in,
right?
I might just switch back to the Twitter app or Tweety, I guess, because it's going to be built in with the notification system.
Yeah.
So I don't really need that Echophone functionality anymore. But you said they put the retweets in quotes.
Yeah.
Then I'm not switching back.
Yeah, I believe. Wait, was it Tweetbot? I forgot. I can't remember now which one I was using, but one of them was tweets and quotes for retweet, or what was the other thing? Via. Remember when people used to do Via something? But no, I like it as the old-fashioned like hand RT. I like that better because it kind of keeps you having to make it like short. Like your tweets should be kind of like not a freaking mile long.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, I just don't like having this shit that I don't even follow these people, and I don't like seeing them in my stream all the time.
Oh, because when people retweet them, they show up in your stream now, right?
Yeah.
That was really confusing for me for a long time too. Because I think that endorsement is good. It's like I don't want to see that person in my stream. I want to see you presenting that tweet.
And it still takes me, a few extra seconds to be like, who? Oh, that was Hoodie Allen that tweeted that. It's just like, why? Why do we have to have it that way? That's dumb. So I don't know. I was talking to my cousin, and he was like, I'm over client apps for Twitter. I just use the website on my phone. I hate using the
website. I really hate it.
They've really tried to push the website as like their new, like, you gotta go. It's like the de facto. It's like Facebook. Like Facebook doesn't have an app. You gotta use Facebook. And I'm like, dude, your shit is not that good. It's not good enough to switch over to from a client.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. I mean, the new on Mountain Lion again and the new iOS, you're gonna be able to share anything via Twitter and Facebook from everywhere.
Right.
I mean, it's built in, baked in.
Is Facebook integration?
Facebook's integrated too. And in the notification center, you're gonna be able to swipe over to the left, I believe, which brings up the notification center on the right side of your screen, and there's going to be a tweet this Facebook like section, and then you can immediately type the thing in, hit enter, and it goes right out to those places. So there's another reason why you may not need to use the app nearly as much.
Do you use a lot of those features like? I'm trying to think. Like, you don't use iPhoto, but iPhoto has a Facebook feature in it and stuff.
Oh, does it? No, I don't use iPhoto.
I guess that's the only app. Oh, I think, doesn't iTunes have a Facebook? Well, I guess why would you use it? It probably works with Ping or something like that.
Yeah, Ping.
But yeah,
I use that stuff in Spotify, but
I think I've just had like bad luck with certain built-in, like Apple built-in social integration. I feel like I've had bad luck where it will post it with like a simplified title or something like that, or like it will post an album in like a weird place on my Facebook. So I'm like, I'll just use the website, you know, like I keep going back
especially with Facebook,
because like, I mean, the Apple's good at tying in their stuff to their stuff, but sometimes they're not as good as tying stuff into other things. So it's like, I can see Twitter being a really easy thing to not screw up, but like
Facebook's more complicated, you know? Especially because when you're posting like a YouTube video or something, like you want to make sure that it shows up with the play thing, right?
Yeah,
because no one's going to go to the link. It's like, if they can't just press play, it's like they're moving on.
Right, yeah.
That's how lazy we've all become.
But then also, you know, I run a few pages. You know, I run the Throwboy page on Facebook and user friendly, and it's like I want to be able to quickly do that, but I don't think there's gonna be a client feature for that. You know, like on your.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. There probably won't be. I wish they made things easier to share with pages. Mm-hmm. That would be great, because a lot of times I need to post stuff on pages too, and it's always like your own profile, and that's it.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's still like you still gotta jump through some hoops, but anyway. We digress.
Let's move on.
Okay.
I kind of want to just move right to my SSD thing.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So, if you've been watching the show, you know that I have been talking about installing an SSD. So I recently got it, and my full plan is to install the SSD and then take out the optical drive in this MacBook Pro and replace it with the hard drive that was where the SSD is. Mm-hmm. So I kind of have two drives. I have extra space, but it's also fast. So I wasn't really sure what to expect, right? So I got the SSD installed and got my operating system back up and running and everything. And at first, I was a little deflated because I was timing stuff just to see how fast my computer would reboot and that type of thing. And it wasn't dramatically faster. Mm-hmm. And at first, it actually wasn't really faster at all. I think my computer had to kind of like figure some stuff out because this new drive had been put in place.
Did you put a fresh install of the OS?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. I'm going to do that when Mountain Lion comes out. But it didn't make sense to do it now because I'm like, Mountain Lion's about to come out, and then I'm going to do a fresh install.
So you cloned over your drive to your SSD drive?
Exactly.
And it fit? You have enough space?
Well, no, I had to do some serious surgery.
Yeah, I was gonna say, geez.
I moved a ton of stuff over to my secondary backup drives, like my iTunes library, my iPhoto library, just all the stuff that I thought to myself, I don't use this very often.
Right.
And if I do, I could connect to my FireWire 800 backup drives and just use them that way.
Right.
So I pared down. I was using 420 gigs. I pared that down to just under 100.
Nice.
So now I have more space on a 256 SSD now, free space, than I did before with my 500 gig hard drive. Mm-hmm. So I want to just talk to you about my experience doing this because it has been amazing. Like if you're thinking about doing this, do it. It's so worth it. I mean, I got this amazing deal. The hard drive or the SSD that I got for $190. It's now $300. It's gone up since I bought it. So if you find a good deal on a good one, buy it. Don't wait.
So if you haven't done it yet, you're screwed.
Yeah. So
moving on.
Let's talk about our next story. So obviously it's faster. Boot times are better, not dramatically better, but what is dramatically better is launch times. Like after my computer boots and I log in, everything just instantly loads. It's like so much faster, right? You open up Photoshop and it opens dramatically faster. You open up like a Twitter app and it's just like boom, bounce one, it's open, ready to go. Mail opens faster, but it's not just that stuff. It's using your apps. That those apps have become faster. Like mail, like gets mail faster.
Yeah.
When you do a spotlight search, like it's able to find results a lot faster. It's not always like getting that spinning beach ball, which always used to happen to me.
Yeah, because it's kicking up the hard drive,
Yeah, because it's always like kicking on the hard drive
Yeah.
and going back and forth, and it has to always wait for that thing to turn on. And I liken it to like driving a gasoline powered car as opposed to an electric car. It's like with an electric car, the power is always there. There's no waiting for the motor to rev up. It's like you hit the gas, you're going 60 miles an hour, and you floor it, and you'll peel out. Like the electric motors have really high torque. It's just like that. And I think one of the most dramatic differences that I've noticed is the fact that my computer runs much more cool now. Because you have that hard drive in there, and it's spinning all the time when you're using it, and that creates friction.
Right.
And that friction creates heat, and so your computer is always running much hotter. And I use a fan. I use SMC fan control on my Mac. I've used it for years. It's a great app for controlling your fan speeds manually. And I would always keep my fans running at about 3,500 RPM because my computer would always sit around, I don't know, like 60 degrees Fahrenheit if I didn't have my fans at that level. Well, now I run my fans at 3,000 RPM, and my computer runs at about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So everything that I do on my computer, my computer is always just much, much more cool now, which is great, especially in hot weather. Because a hard drive is one of the first things to make your computer get hot when you're using it.
And to die, too.
Yeah, and to die, too. So I'm actually even considering not putting the hard drive back because I just don't really feel like I need it, to be honest. Maybe I'll just turn it into like a secondary USB drive or something.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Or even a FireWire drive because I have a FireWire drive.
It's difficult to change. It's difficult to change like old storage habits. You really have to discipline yourself to like not want to have tons of crap on your local drive.
Yeah, it's true.
But you do have a lot of external drives already. So.
I do, and I've been addicted to data storage for a long time. But the fact is like you really don't need a lot of that space. Like I don't feel like I'm missing anything. I feel like I was just being lazy and not offloading things to my hard drives. And now I do that, and it's very easy. It's like I don't ever feel like, oh man, I wish I had it on my computer. I use Spotify to stream almost all my music. iTunes I hardly ever use anymore.
Yeah.
I don't use iPhoto at all. If you did, I could see how that would be a problem. But I could easily fit iPhoto on here. So, and my computer, of course, when I put it to sleep, instantly goes to sleep.
Or when you turn it off, it's so cool. It's
dude, I timed my computer when I turned it off last night. 7.5 seconds to shut it down.
Yeah.
From using it to computer off.
Yeah, like from full-on apps up.
Yeah, full-on apps up. 7.5 seconds. It's extraordinary. It's like the future. Like I feel like I'm living in the future now. Like all these people with their MacBook Airs, how they always say how much faster they are. It's been such a huge difference. I would just never want to go back.
Yeah.
And I love it. So if you're thinking about doing it, by all means. I'm using the Samsung 830 series SSD, which, like I said, is more expensive now. But if you keep your eyes out for that drive or some other high quality, like Crucial drives or something, they're always going on sale. In fact, right now, I see people having sales on them all the time. Like, I think there's a new generation, maybe kind of like right on the cusp of happening. So they're trying to get rid of all the old ones.
Okay.
In any case.
I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday. We were at Best Buy, and we were buying some video adapters. And I was like, she was like, oh yeah, I have the same one as you. And I don't know, it's kind of slow now. I'm like, have you thought about just getting rid of that drive and putting in an SSD and even putting in another drive, replacing it? She's like, oh, I haven't thought about that. I'm like, yeah, that's going to like make you like night and day,
It really is.
And it sounds like we're just talking shit, but like really, like we've both done it. And
yeah, and
like,
people will say that on the internet. You'll read all about it, but until you experience it.
Yeah.
I've been building computers. I've built probably 10 to 15 PCs for, 13 years, 14 years. This is by far the best, most dramatic, like, hardware upgrade I have ever performed.
Yeah, because it's way different than just putting in double the RAM.
Yeah, double the RAM makes your computer a little faster because then your computer isn't having to use your hard drive as a scratch disk as often to offload stuff that it's not immediately using. So that can make a difference. But the SSD, I mean, system-wide, everywhere you use your computer, you will notice a huge difference.
And I use it to when I edit the show, I'll often just export it to my desktop, which is my SSD, just to get it off like quicker, you know. But then I'll migrate it to the 500 gig that I have just for storing it.
Right.
But like, yeah, just exporting stuff or data transfer is like crazy, like,
insane.
Yeah, like when I transfer stuff to just, you know, like a USB drive or whatever, like any kind of other flash to flash, it's like boom, it's like and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. Like you don't think about how that affects the I/O so much, you know?
Right. Yeah, it's really true. I mean, it's just like such a dramatic improvement. just if you're thinking about doing it, do it. It's worth the money. I don't think I would spend any more than $200 for an SSD, to be honest with you. Like the one I have, like it's $300 now, and I don't think I would spend $300 for it. If you've got a ton of cash, maybe you would, and that's fine. But I think $200 is a good amount to spend for this upgrade. And it's so easy to do. If you have like if you have a unibody MacBook Pro, it literally took me 10 minutes. The easiest hard drive, you know, switcheroo you can do. Sweet. That's it. That's my piece.
Well, you had one more thing you wanted to say.
Yeah, let's just skip that for now, because we've already gone long.
All right. Well, next week we have an action-packed show, and we get to talk about games. And I don't know anything about
I get to finally talk to Roberto about Xbox.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We'll be back in 1 week.
Oh, hey! Episode 25.
Oh, yeah, we're on episode
Wild 25. Stallions.
All right, good show.
All right, good show. All right. Yeah. Oh, hey! Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
I'm at Aerofon on Twitter.
We're so off the rails today.
We shouldn't have smoked all those drugs that hippie Glenn gave us. Hippie Glenn, toke it.
All right, and I'm at Roberto Hoyos, RobertoHoyos. You can email us at fans@dignation.com.
Hey, subscribe to our show on iTunes. It's just user-friendly. And you could also go
user-friendly show.
User-friendly show, excuse me. And
user-friendly on iTunes.
User-friendly on iTunes, thank you. And you can go to youtube.com/user-friendly show to watch all our videos there, too.
Yeah, and thank you guys for watching for 25 episodes. We'll keep it going. We love doing the show. Magic. And Facebook like us, yo.
User-friendly nation.